The Narcissistic Covenant. There is a covenant which exists between you and I, between our kind and your kind. It is not necessary for you to provide consent to this covenant in order for it to be binding. You do not know that this covenant exists, but it does. Its terms govern the relationship between us and you, whether you are entangled with the lesser of our kind, the mid-ranger, or the greater. It matters not. The covenant applied from the moment that we selected you to be our victim. There are 10 parts to this covenant, and they reflect the mindset and attitude of our kind towards you and how you and I interact. There is little doubt that in looking back at your entanglement with us, you will recognize certain elements of this, but whilst you were very much in our grip, you would have no idea that these were the terms which governed our treatment of you. 1. You were chosen. Our ensnaring of you might have been portrayed as chance, a piece of serendipity, but it was not. You were chosen to be our victim. The lesser will have instinctively recognized your potential without knowing why. The mid-range will have applied some thought to the process, potentially dismissing less favorable candidates. The greater identified you, monitored you, and then moved in for the kill. In every instance, you were chosen. 2. You belong to us. You are an object to us, an appliance. Therefore, we are able to assert proprietary rights over you, just as we would with some other kind of object or chattel. Since we own you, we choose what to do with you, without recourse to you or anybody else. This is our inalienable right. 3. You exist solely for our purposes. We are the center of your world, the heart of your universe, and at all times, everything that you should do should be focused on us for our benefit and our advancement. You do not exist for your family. You do not exist for our children. You do not exist for your friends, colleagues, fellow members of a club or congregation. We are all that matters to you. 4. This is forever. This covenant lasts forever. In our minds, it is one that exists in perpetuity, for we do not wish to contemplate our own demise, and care nothing for yours, other than it inconvenience us by the interruption to our supply of fuel. This relationship transcends all others. You may have told us that you do not wish to be with us any longer. You may have broken off the engagement or divorced us. In our mind, all that you have done is end the formal relationship, which is something that people lesser than our kind engage in with one another, and that which we accede to for the sake of fitting in. In our minds, our relationship extends beyond this formal relationship. This is the narcissistic relationship, and means we remain entitled to effect the terms of this covenant against you at all times until your last breath or our last breath. 5. This is totalitarian. There is no limit to our power over you. We are entitled to, and we will exercise our right to, govern every facet of your life, interfere in everything that you do, monitor you and control you in order to achieve our aims. You must accept that you are entirely subservient to us. 6. You cannot end this covenant. You have no rights under this covenant. You cannot bring about its unilateral termination. Indeed, it cannot be ended at all. You are not able to state that its terms are inapplicable to you, that it has no jurisdiction or effect over you. Such protestations are invalid. 7. We owe you nothing. We are entitled to do as we please, without challenge, question, or restraint. We have no obligation to do anything for you. We have no compulsion to act in your interests, have regard to your opinion, your feelings, or your desires. If we do so, it will only be for the advancement of our position. 8. Fuel provision is paramount. The provision of fuel is above all else. This is in terms of what you must provide to us, and also it allows us to seek fuel from other sources, whether we deem it necessary and however we choose. Concepts of fidelity and monogamy are null and void with regard to this part of the covenant. Issues of protocol and etiquette become meaningless. The end justifies the means. The covenant grants us carte blanche to do what is necessary for our purposes. This is supported by our concept of total entitlement and the fact that we have no accountability, culpability, or blameworthiness for any of our actions. Whatever needs to be done will be done to ensure the furtherance of our agenda, aims, and needs. 10. We are the victim. We are the victim in all of this. This is why the covenant exists, by reason to compensate us for all of the outrageous injustices, misfortunes, unfairness, and hardships that this cruel and feckless world has meted out to us.